Today I'm going to show you little tips and tricks, just little hacks to make your game feel a bit better. So first of all, we've got a little player here, very simple example. It's only like 61 lines of code, okay? You'll find the code in the description, don't worry. We've got the get input access, which just does the input access. This is not what the video is about though. I'm not going to explain it that much. Player create, player update, and player draw. That's it. Now, first order of business is actually applying the rotation, the scale, and the origin, because those are helpful. First of all, we want the player to be centered, and you'll know why in a sec. Now, for testing purposes, let's make it so that when I press space, we will squish the player. This is like, we'll squish the player when he gets damaged, or when the player shoots a bullet and it gets impacted from the recoil, for example. But because I don't have like any of that right now, I don't have any weapons, any enemies, I'm just gonna simulate that using a space. So let's do that right now. If is key pressed, E space, then we just ooga booga. There you go. Epic. Now let's actually implement this. This is really easy actually. All we're gonna do is have a scale. Okay, which is basically just and this is for rendering purposes only. This is not actually gonna be applied here. It's only gonna be applied here. So basically we're gonna multiply the size vector, which is our actual size, which in this case is 40 by 60, multiplied by the scale. The scale is gonna be 1 by 1, okay, normal. So our size is not gonna change whatsoever. So let's go here, vector 2, multiply the scale. And now we're not going to see anything. Oh yeah, I forgot the epic ooga booga. And now we're not going to see anything, which is good. That's literally what we're expecting. And then we're going to set the scale to vector 2, 1. Now we see our player again. Now here's the magic, quote unquote. Each frame, when we press space, we're going to set the scale. Let's say we'll squish him vertically. Okay, so dot x, we're going to make it 0.5. Now, how do we come back? How do we come back to our basic one? Well, we just go here, p scale, and let's just make it here. Equals to vector 2 lerp. We're just going to lerp the scale. Or actually, let me just make it equal to vector 2, 1 for now. We're not gonna. You can see for like a slight second that the player does that, but now let's just actually lerp it. So make it 100 times more smooth, basically. So we're gonna lerp the scale to vector 2, 1, so the natural state after we've set it to 0.5, and then let's choose a weight of, let's say 15, so you can see it in the video because the FPS is like only 60 or some shit. As you can see, this is what happens when a player gets hit or whatever, but as you can see, that's why I was talking about the origin. This is not centered. We need the player to be centered so, the player squishes from both sides and not just from the right. So here I'm just going to use another function from Raylib, draw rectangle pro. Yeah, I know, I paid for it. And I instantly forgot the function arguments for that, so you're going to have to excuse me for a sec. No, it was in the local include Raylib.h. There we go. There we go, so got a little rectangle, so we're going to have to make a rect. We're going to give it the player position, really normal, no big deal. And then we're going to give it the player size.x multiplied, don't forget the multiplication. And the size.y multiplied by the scale.y. Give it a little rect, give it a little origin. Now for the origin, as I said, is going to be centered. So all we're going to do is vector 2 scale, p dot size. Actually, no. Yeah, keep it like that, and then 0.5. So instead of division by 2, we're just going to multiply by 0.5. I don't know if that's any faster. I have no idea, but I just like doing that. Also, this is actually wrong. We need to pass it this size, the size we're going to render. So We're gonna do another vector tool multiply. Actually, no, we've already calculated the thing here, so might as well just use it. V2 rect.width and rect.heights. There you go. Now give it the origin, the rotation, which we already have, and yeah, the color, which is just red. So we already got things working, and as you can see, there you go. Now let's make it like from both sides. So instead of just the x, we're just gonna make this like let's say 0.6 or 0.8 by 0.8. Yeah, this is perfect for like a button press or something. We can make this feel even better by adding a little shitty trick that I like to do, which is the rotation. We're gonna have a small array of rotations. We're gonna be like, let's make it 20 so you can see in the video, because I would normally make it like 10 or 5 degrees. Also, wait, I made a little mistake. It's supposed to be 20 and minus 20. And then in the player update, we're gonna do the same thing we did to the scale, like the exact same thing. So we're gonna lerp this little shit to 0. And let's just use the same weights. And here we're just gonna set the rotation to like rotations, and then get random value 0 and 1. Pretty simple, and if you're wondering what the hell is this, it's just this. So now, yeah, this doesn't really feel that good. I'm just gonna make it like 10. There we go, feeling much better. Make this happen for like shooting an AK and getting recoiled. Speaking of recoil, we need more recoil, guys. So let's make it so that the velocity dot x minus, let's just make it like 30. Not 30, or maybe 30, why not? So here. How about 300? Hell yeah. No, that doesn't work. It's probably because of this. Why not, instead of having acceleration and deceleration, why not just quite literally lerp the velocity and make it something like 18? There we go. So as you can see, this is like shooting a bullet and getting recoiled by it to the right. It feels much smoother, much better, and I could sit here and do it all day. But we can make this even better. See, the player walk-in is actually really boring, right? So let's actually include math.h, or maybe not. I think Ray Math already does that for me. Ray Math, math.h. Yes, already includes it. So let's make a little walk-in animation. Now, since this is just like a goddamn rectangle, we don't have any sprites or anything, let's just try to make him walk without fucking up anything. I'm thinking of adding another render position. You know, we got a position and a render position. Yeah, probably do that. So we're just gonna make the render position equal to the player position, and here render. God damn, I can't type. I mean, I'm calling this function draw, so I should have called it like draw position, but who cares? Saying 1 billion years to save, wow. Still works? No, it does not work. That's odd. Assignment of members, read-only object. Okay. So now, all we're gonna do for now is make a little signif. So the render position, or we could handle this in the draw function. I'm just gonna do it in the here. dot y plus equals the absolute. So f a b s f. Yes, I know I love c. It accepts it in a float and returns a float. And then sine f. We're just gonna do a sine of get time and the speed. Let's make it like 4. Let's multiply by 4.5. And the distance, let's make it like 20, so it's like really apparent. And also, yeah, this. How about that? As you can see. And we should only apply this when like the player's velocity, so velocity.x. Actually, no, the absolute of player velocity.x is bigger than or equal to like 0.1 f. This is cursed, I know. And the absolute of the velocity y, let's just do the same thing. Just do this. So now, whenever I move, oh god, that is not good. That is not good at all. Let's make it minus, actually, so he goes up instead of down. He does it for a second and then he just gives up. Oh wait, because I did a little and. Oh my god, I'm too stupid. There we go. Feel this. Look at this. He's just walking. He's just vibing, you know. We can make this even crazier, though. What about the rotation? So the rotation, we're just also gonna do the same thing. Get time of 4.5 multiplied by 20. And I made a little mistake. Oh god, that is way too much. Holy crap. What if I still multiply at all? There you go. Multiply by 3. Look at that. Oh my god, he's walking. He is vibing. He's not just walking. When I press space. Oh god, do you see that little? Yeah, exactly. He just does a little thing. We can make this like 0.5 instead. So eh. Hmm. And we can let me just I'm gonna do a very janky solution to this. So very janky. Well, why did I think that would work actually? No, that's not gonna work. But yeah, that's a problem for future me. Possibly not gonna fix it at all. See, let's make it like precise, like speed. Or walking speed. We can make it like walking speed. Const float. Speed, half speed. Wow, this is so janky. Leave it on the compiler to optimize it for me because I am lazy as all hell. This is instance, but also what can you do? And last but not least, I don't feel the need, I'm not sure why I feel the need to do this, but I'm just gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna lerp this. A lerp is the cure to your depression. It is the solution to, it is the cure to cancer, and it is the solution for all, oh my god. It is the solution for all our pain and suffering. Also, let's make this like 30. Yeah, that's not gonna, there's no hope saving this boy. He's just gonna stay like this. And as you can see, that ruins the other thing. Yeah, the walk-in animation was a little too good to be true. But you can probably come up with a better implementation than this. Anyways, yeah, as I said, lerp your shit. Have a scale multiplier, have a centered origin, so you do this. No, not this. So you have this. Lerp your rotation too, so you can just go back to where you were. make things a bit random so it's not just repetitive. So I can for example make the recoil like let's say get random value. Let's make it between 200 and 400. Yeah. So now the recoil is actually kind of random. Yeah, randomness actually adds a lot to game feel. You have no idea. And yeah, that is basically it. And this optional walk-in animation which ruins this because this is a very bad way of doing it. What I should be doing instead is like checking for keyboard input. Maybe get key pressed doesn't equal to key null. Probably a bad idea. Yeah. Instead of half speed, it's just gonna be like, okay, this is half speed, but also I lied. It's actually gonna be quarter speed. Yeah, that doesn't fix it. Anyways, that's it. See ya.